With an area of 210 square acres, we're on our way to Heide Park, just outside of Hanover, about 4 hours outside of Berlin. Hey everybody, welcome to Down the Road Travel Channel. My name is Will Van Winkle. Today we are tackling northern Germany's largest theme park, Heide Park. Originally part of the Heidehof, a major storm closed the zoo, I believe, in 1972, and Heide Park took its place. In 1978, only 6 rides existed at this park, and through the years, Heide Park has grown with their slogan, "There's nowhere to hide." Haha. Is now owned by the Merlin Group, a name might be familiar because of Legoland. Heide Park now has 40 rides, a resort with 150 family rooms, Peppa Pig Land, a campground, holiday camp, with 81 Caribbean-style houses, offering 536 beds to an estimated 1.7 million yearly visitors. But to be one of those visitors, you can't dawdle. The park is only open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. because it is a little bit of a ways outside of Berlin, about 4.5 hours from Berlin. Let's go check this out. Now, out of that 210 acres, Heide Park has some areas that are closed and have been for some time with no signs of renovation or renewal, and a fairly large lake in the middle of the park. They do make great use of the space though, with coasters twisting and turning through and around each other, and sometimes tracks pass directly over the heads of guests walking by. There are 3 ways that you can buy tickets: online, at the automated kiosk by the front entrance, or from a live person at the gate. We bought ours from the kiosk because there was a school group getting tickets from the cashier, and it seemed like it was going to take a while. As I said, the park is open from 10 to 6 most days, with some exceptions for special events and or early closures. Tickets are €37, and parking is an additional €7. Season passes begin at €64, and Express Butler, which is kind of like Fast Pass, Lightning Lane, or Disney Genie Plus, is available starting at €15 for the bronze tier, which allows you to ride each ride 1 time per day, skipping the line, and €69 for the platinum tier, which you can imagine is pretty much unlimited rides on any of the rides. We did not find a need for Express Butler. We went on a school day, lines just weren't very long. I think the longest wait we had was about 40 minutes, and to be honest, rides are pretty short, averaging about 3 to 5 minutes of actual ride time for each one. I've seen a few videos of Heide Park, and most say the food is horrible. But every video I've seen that comments on food at Heide Park ate at Heide Park Grill, near the front of the park, which serves more traditional German fare such as sausages, things like that. You can also find things like Mama Rosa's Pizza and Pasta, Mucho Pollo, Hot Dog Freestyle, Piratenburger, Wirtshaus des Admirals, which would be like more sausage, Colossus Snack, etc. We ate at Adventure Fries, and while it wasn't exactly health food, the taste was decent. Everyone had something different, and nobody was disappointed. Although I will say what they were trying to pass off as guacamole, well, just remember I'm from Texas, so no. Heide Park offers thrill coasters, family rides, kiddie rides, and other attractions. And now here I must apologize, it's European Park, so most of the speeds and heights are in metric measurements. Bobbahn. It's not a very thrilling ride, but it is a fun take on bobsledding. It was added in 1993, has a maximum height of 27 meters with a maximum speed of 53 kilometers per hour. Big Loop opened in 1993. The ride reaches speeds of 67 kilometers per hour with height of 30 meters. Big Loop takes you through a double loop, corkscrew, taking thrill seekers upside down a total of 4 times in their 706 meter trek. Desert Race is a launch coaster, opened in 2017. Now heights only reach 19 meters, but speeds reach 102 kilometers per hour. We didn't make it on this one because by the time we hit every ride the kids wanted, there just wasn't much time left for the boring adults. Even though we tried to send them on their own way, Dana and I are apparently just way too cool for our own good. Flug der Dämonen, or Flight of the Demons, Opened in 2014 with speeds hitting 100 kilometers per hour, which is about 65 miles per hour, reaching heights of 40 meters. The wing coaster stands where Wildwasserbahn 2 once was, with twists, loops, a downward helix, and its signature Devil's Knot. Riders must be a minimum of 140 centimeters or 4'6", and a maximum of 195 centimeters or 6'4". I'm not sure the name of this restaurant, but it may take a little while to get your food. Oh, the vegan died. The next ride, Grottenblitz, is another of those that falls less under the thrill ride and more toward a mid-sized coaster category. By the looks of it, I'd compare it to Magic Kingdom's Big Thunder Mountain, so it's mild enough for most riders, but enough fun that it's not a waste of time for the thrill seekers. It was added to the park in 1985, boasting speeds of 45 kilometers per hour and heights of about 6 meters. So that's like 30 miles per hour at a height of 18 feet, give or take. So really almost anyone meeting the height requirement, not listed on Heide Park's website, should be able to handle it. Indy Blitz is a kiddie coaster located in the Old West themed area. It's 4.5 meters high with speeds of 23 kilometers per hour. Now the theming of this coaster, it has an Indian or Native American face followed by wood optic coasters. Don't worry, it's not meant to be racist in any way. They're just trying to keep with the theme of the Old West. And I'm sure since there are no Native Americans, keyword here being Native Americans, indigenous to Germany, it's kind of hard to theme something that would work without possibly offending somebody. It is slow and low enough for even the most apprehensive rider. You're allowed to bring your dogs to this park. Krake, the Kraken, is the first roller coaster of its kind in Germany. Was added to the park in 2011, 41 meters high, running 103 kilometers per hour. That's about 64 miles per hour. Krake holds you for about 3 seconds over the 135-foot drop straight into the mouth of the Kraken through one inversion, and the ride lasts a whopping 2 minutes, but guests must be at least 54 inches to ride. Toxic Garden entered the park in 1999, standing at 33 meters high with speeds of 80 kilometers per hour. You'll be dropped 91 feet into 2 half loops connected by a half heartline roll. A minimum of 51-inch height is required to. Yeah, you don't need the express lower. They're not open very long, too. And the main attraction, Colossus, Kampf der Giganten, Battle of the Giants. Opened in 2001, closed in 2016 for refurbishment, and reopened in 2019. The wooden roller coaster boasts heights of 164 feet with 159-foot drops. Top speed of 68 miles an hour. It is surprisingly smooth for a wooden roller coaster. It takes you on twists, turns, and drops until ultimately you enter the mouth of the fire-breathing giant. You must be a minimum of 55 inches to ride the largest wooden roller coaster in Europe. Wildwasserbahn was closed for repairs during our visit, so we didn't get to ride the log flume ride, but we did make it onto mountain rafting. Now, we broke out the ponchos for this and got a couple of sad little drops of water. The ride is fun, but keep in mind, as with all rides like this, there is no track system, so the raft will turn whichever way it wants. If you suffer from motion sickness of any kind, this may cause some discomfort for you. We also hit Ghostbusters 5D, and I've heard from many other sources that none of the ghosts on the ride were from the actual movies. But the 3D graphics were great, the ride was entertaining, although the proton pack guns weren't always exactly accurate. Here's a little tip if you're more of the competitive type person. If you see the Ghostbusters logo, shoot it, you get more points. There were a few filler rides. We hit the train at the front, but it is tiny, so mind your knees if you're on the taller side. The Panoramabahn takes you around the entire park with some commentary on what you're seeing, all in German, of course. and there were a couple of lazy boat rides. Now these could have benefited from some type of theming. It was pretty much just a boat going through the little water area in a circle back to where you came from. They were relaxing or boring, depending on your point of view. As I said, they could have done with some theming. We walked through Peppa Pig Land, didn't go on any rides there, but it was clear that you don't have to be a small child to ride those rides. They are made to be very small, so it may help, though. The land was tiny, but done fairly well. I don't know much about Peppa, but our resident expert was pretty impressed by the area. Says you can't go back there because there are zombies running around. I guess it's an escape game. Now, we did drive up from Berlin just for Heide Park, so did not stay at the resort. If you have, please let us know in the comments below what you thought and if it's worth a stay on future visits.
Lock the door, look out the window, think you'll learn to fly. Ever faster as the wind flows and your life passes by.
Overall, we had a good time, and I was impressed by the use of available space. I was saddened by the attractions that were closed that seemed to have no plans or desire to make them usable attractions again. But we will be keeping an eye on Heidepark to see if anything develops here, and may make future plans to visit again based on changes to the park. If you're looking for a good time close to Hamburg and not too far from Berlin, Heidepark is a great and honestly not too expensive way to add some excitement to your trip that may not appeal to teens or younger members of your travel group. If you visited or are planning on adding the park to your travel itinerary, please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like the original music in the background, be sure to find and stream it on your favorite streaming platform or right here on YouTube, and be on the lookout for our ride-through videos of Bob-Bahn and Krake. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.
Let's hit the road.